Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me.
Test 1, 2. Come on in, people. We just getting the YouTube ready, cause YouTube take all day. Come on in. Short show for y'all today. Come on in. Test 1, 2. Rob is early today. Shout out to Rob. Rob is on time. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com. Rob is already going at it in the chat. Rob ain't never showed up this early. But we know why he's here. We know why he's here is because, you know, his good old Ohio State Buckeyes or the champs. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, good, Rob. Good. I ain't mad at you, bruh. But we are here joined by Tony from Get the Tables, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, man? Good evening.
Make sure y'all follow him and them on social media. Make sure you follow them on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Now that TikTok is back, and everything else. Get the Tables. GETDA Tables, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Thank you. How are you? How was your weekend at TNA?
I'm gonna have to tell you about this, and I will tell you this about this weekend. I promise I'm gonna tell y'all because it was crazy. When I tell you everything that happened, it was crazy. This week was crazy, but it was good, man. Got a lot of content. I've been posting a lot of content, and I still got like a lot more. Like it's a lot that I got. I made sure to get a lot, and there was a lot of people there. They was just bumping into me, man. I didn't expect that many people to be there. Like I don't know if you remember how it looked during the Ring of Honor show you came to, but it was people were on the walls. There was nowhere else to sit.
Damn. Yeah, it looked like a packed house from when I saw the pictures and stuff. So
yeah, so
I'm happy for TNA. Good stuff for them.
good stuff, man. Rob said I just emailed my contact information so they can send you a ring. Jay Cross, go Birds and thank you Buckeyes. I'm with you on the first part. I'm sorry, I'm with you on the second part, but F them Birds. F them Birds. And we're live on TikTok. Let me make sure. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Twitch. We're live on X. We're live on pretty much everything. We're live on Facebook. And of course, Twitch and YouTube. So everything seems to be up and running, man. So let's start there, man. Congrats to the Ohio State Buckeyes, as they are the NCAA national champions after taking out the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the championship game. Let me pull up that score real quick. And you know what? Nobody is expecting them to be champions after their loss to Michigan, right?
Correct. Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
That was pretty wild, including me. You know, I wrote them off, but the fact that they are champions, man, says a lot for them. You know, Stephen A. Smith and them was telling them to fire the coach after the Michigan game, if you remember. Shannon Sharp was on that too. Then they got into it with Kirk Herbstreit because Kirk was like, hey, y'all need to shut up. So like that went back and forth, but they stuck with their coach. I think this championship brought him at least another 2 years. Because I think he probably would have got fired if they didn't win the championship. Like, that was his only other option after losing to Michigan, 4 straight years? So.
Yeah, he hasn't won. I don't think has he won since he's been the coach of Ohio State? I'm honestly not sure.
I don't think he beat Michigan at all. I think Michigan is on either a 4 or 5 year winning streak versus them.
But I mean, I think firing him would have been a little bit. I think crazy to have him go all the way to the championship and then lose. I think you fire him over that. I think maybe his seat would have been a little bit warmer. You give him another season, and then you go from there and see how he does next season. But again, they did what a lot of people didn't think they were going to do when they first made the college football playoff. They won. You know, a lot of people like yourself had them losing in the first round to Tennessee. Yeah, and they ended up, going against Texas in a very close game that maybe they should have lost as well. But they pulled out the victory.
Texas.
Unbelievable defensive play to win them the game. And they go into Monday night against Notre Dame. I think they were heavily favored. I think they were 7 or 9 point favorites to win that game.
Yeah.
And they made it interesting at the end. Notre Dame kind of made a little bit of a run to try to make things a little bit close at the end, but Ohio State came off real strong at the beginning and made it pretty tough for Notre Dame to try to come back and win that ball game. So props to Ohio State. I think their quarterback played well. Defense played as best as they could against the Notre Dame team that has been playing pretty well on offense. But yeah, props to Ohio State, props to Ryan Day, and I think the Ryan Day haters can kind of be quiet for a little bit.
Yeah,
at least until they play Michigan again.
Right, until Michigan thrash them again next year. But nah, man, they did what they came to do. They did what they were supposed to do. And Ryan Day, like I said, I think that was the best option. The last option for him is to win a championship, because if you can't beat Michigan and then you don't win a championship, I think they was gonna fire him at the end of the year if he would have lost in the playoffs. That's just me. I think they would have let him. Yeah, I think they would have let him go. So yeah, that's congrats to him, man. Because I don't think they should have fired him, but I think they would have. So congrats to him. Congrats to Ohio State taking out Notre Dame 34-23. Championship game. Notre Dame was getting toe up early in the game, and they just they made a nice little comeback. So shout out to them for the fight.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame, I didn't see them getting as far as they did, honestly. Like, they shocked me by beating Georgia, even without their quarterback. I was still surprised about Notre Dame making it to the championship game, because they really don't have like the players. That's a real team. Like, they really don't have like those standout players like Ohio State and Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Texas. Like, they talk about Notre Dame as a team and a roster. They don't talk about them like, oh, they got such and such a running back, such and such a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely, I think as a Notre Dame fan, you're probably happy how the season ended up going for you. You didn't win it all, so that's a little bit disappointing. But I think definitely as a team, I think you overachieved. I don't think a lot of people had Notre Dame in the national championship this season. So like you said, it's a little bit shocking to see how far they went. And again, they almost came back and almost gave it a game with Ohio State as well.
Yeah. So once again, shout out to Notre Dame. Now it's time to get into the NFL playoffs. Quick show tonight. We're not gonna be here all day. We're gonna recap last week and preview this week. Y'all know what it is. Let's play this intro. We'll be right back. There it is. Welcome back. Once again, this is Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com.
Yeah.
My mic really sounds funny. I sound good on your end, right?
Yeah, you sound fine on my end. Yeah,
it sounds funny in my headset, bro. It's like killing me. But thank y'all for joining. No matter what platform you're watching on. Once again, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Facebook. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Twitter. So yeah, we're live on everything right now.
Yeah.
Let's get into some NFL stuff that I know you're gonna be happy about. You know, it still didn't prove nothing to me, but divisional round. Divisional round. Let's start off with the Chiefs taking out the Houston Texans, 23-14. CJ Stroud, 19 of 28, 245 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Pat Mahomes, 16 of 25, 177 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. Joe Mixon, 88 yards and one touchdown on 18 carries. As a team, Kansas City only rushed for 50 yards the whole game. So it's crazy that they really dominated this game, because they had no business winning this game at all. So considering they couldn't run the ball, and then they couldn't stop the run. Somebody always call me when I'm live. I don't understand it. My phone be dry all day. Travis Kelce, though, he did go off. 7 catches, 117 yards, 1 touchdown. So that was the big thing with him. Travis Kelce and the defense for Kansas City. Nico Collins did give you 81 yards, 5 catches, no touchdowns. Great win by the Chiefs. I gotta admit it. I started to see. Well, first of all, I've already seen it, but it was bad the way Pat Mahomes was mind effing the refs in this game and getting the calls that he was getting. Rob said it proved a lot to me, though. Rob, you know what? I ain't gonna say it right now. I'm gonna let you make it. But yeah, Pat Mahomes, man, he purposely run towards the edge and was like, nah, I'm not going to slide. He gets hit in the shoulder. They call helmet to helmet. The first penalty. The second one, he runs around. And then knowing where it's no other option but to go down, he hurry up and drops. They hit each other, and that's a big penalty. Even Troy Aikman was like, oh, come on. Like, what's going on? Your thoughts on the game?
It's awful the amount of calls this guy gets, and I get it that the first one I think Will Anderson hit him. I mean that's a penalty. He hit him right in the face.
It wasn't.
It's hard to it's hard to when you see stuff like that, it's hard to not call a penalty on that.
Yeah.
But they need to do something about these penalties when they're obviously wrong and the replay shows it. They need to somehow figure out how to change that. I get it; it's an all play-by-play basis, and you're not going to get every penalty correct. But when it's blatant like that, it's awful. It's an awful look for the NFL. It's an awful look for the NFL referees, especially when it happens to Pat Mahomes and it happens to him consistently.
Right.
It's not like this happens every other game or every other 5 games or so. We see a crazy call that affects a game. It happens a lot with the Kansas City Chiefs, and it happened a lot this season.
Yeah.
So when you see stuff like that, it's hard not to question the NFL's intent. Do they want this team to make it to the Super Bowl again? And they're gonna try every way possible to get them there. It just feels that way. You got Mahomes flopping outside on the sideline. Like you mentioned, the 2 other phantom calls.
Yeah.
Roughing the passer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, give me a break at this point. You might as well just hand them the trophy if you want them to win so damn bad. It's just not a good look for the NFL when you have stuff like that happen all the damn time. They need to fix it. They need to figure it out how they're going to do it where the quarterback slides. Are they a runner? Are they still a passer? It's just ridiculous. And when against Houston, again, that one where he slid and the players hit each other,
Mm-hmm.
people are acting like, oh, well, that's nothing. That gave them 15 more yards and another first down when Houston was playing pretty good on defense.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, what happens? Kansas City ends up scoring. So to say that it didn't affect the game, it's silly to me. Mahomes knows what he's doing. He knows how to get calls. You can't tell me he doesn't.
Right.
And in an interview where he says, "Oh well, the referees, I think they're calling it pretty, because they're consistent on all the quarterbacks, and they're just not, favoring me when this happens." BS, man.
Right.
This is ridiculous. You don't see this happening to Lamar or to Josh or to any other 31 other quarterbacks in the NFL. It consistently happens when you have the football. So yes, they need to fix it. Not to discredit the Kansas City Chiefs at all, because their defense played well.
Right.
They got a great defense. The defensive coordinator is an unbelievable coach. But some of that stuff takes away from the team when you see that happen with Mahomes all the time.
And I'm trying to pull up something because I heard something today that somebody was trying to defend the Chiefs, and they were saying that, well, the Chiefs are the most penalized team in the NFL. And I was like, that's not right. That don't even sound right. So I'm pulling it up now. Let me pull this up. So yeah, the Jets were charged with the most penalties this year. The Browns, the Cowboys, then Texans, then Seahawks are the top 5. The Chiefs don't come in until 18. So,
Oh, yeah.
actually,
Oh, during the show, they're also announcing the East and West All-Star starters.
who's in it?
The East so far, they just announced Jalen, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Kat
Of course.
are the starters for the East. They haven't done the West yet.
Okay, well, keep me updated on that. And let me take that back. That was 2023. This year, it's the Jets still. The Titans, the Ravens, the Cowboys, and the Browns. And the Chiefs are not even in the top 25 of penalties this year. So, whoever said that on the radio, you're wrong. Right? But shout out to the Chiefs. They just keep finding ways to win. That was I felt bad for Houston in that game, though, because there was a lot of BS and there was a lot of momentum killers going on in that game with Pat just purposely playing around with them. So, but shout out,
100%.
yeah, it was bad. I ain't gonna lie, it was bad. So, moving on, the Washington Commanders put up 45 in Detroit. They take out Detroit 45-31. Detroit, I mean, they no matter what they do, it's just not meant for them. It's just not meant for them to get to the Super Bowl. Whatever bad that can happen is going to happen. This year, it was injuries. And going up against a hot Commanders team who a lot of us, including myself, that's why I say us, we called them frauds multiple times throughout the year.
We did.
So,
yeah, we did. We sure did. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We did, bro. We did.
Like, and they were looking like frauds. Jay Cross said, flopping like a damn soccer player and crying at every play. Talking about Pat Mahomes, yeah. That's what I just looked up, Jay Cross, about the Chiefs. But yeah, man, Jaden Daniels is super hot right now. He on a hot streak right now. And if you know the NFL, that's all that matters. You get hot at the right time. And right now, they are hot. He went 22 of 31, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jared Goff, any hopes that he had of winning MVP went out the door this game. 23 of 40, 313 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. So I thought Dak was the only one that throws picks in the NFL. Brian Robinson, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Jahmyr Gibbs, 14 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 catches, 137 yards. Brown for the Commanders, 6 catches, 98 yards. Terry McLaurin, 4 catches, 87 yards, including that 58-yard touchdown. That was a killer. I knew Jay Cross was going to say F the Commanders, the Commodes. Jay Cross, hey, that's between y'all this week. That I ain't got nothing to do with it. But, hey. What you think is about this game before I give my thoughts? What's your thoughts?
I guess I'm a little bit shocked the Lions lost, especially at home. But when your defense is not good, but the Lions defense has not been great the last couple of weeks. I mean, they played an unbelievable game against Minnesota, don't get me wrong. But the Washington Commanders are hot right now. Like, they're just the play calling, everybody on the team is playing very well. They're just clicking on all cylinders on both sides of the field. And you had to think of it when you came into that game, it's going to probably be a shootout. If Detroit is going to win, the only option for them was to outscore the Commanders. And they just had too many mistakes. Goff just, I don't know what was going on with them. And the thing that pissed me off the most was you're down 7. I think it was down 7. And instead of just being the Detroit Lions of all season where you're just killing them downfield, hitting them with dink and dunks, running the ball, you decide to run a fucking wide receiver pass.
Got too cute.
And it ends up costing them.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't understand the mindset there, where I get it, you've been cute all year, and most of the time it's worked. It even worked during the game where they did some type of like crazy toss play to St. Brown, and it scored them a touchdown. But to do that when you're down in a crucial situation, it's just wild to me. It just didn't make any sense to me when you're now counting on your defense, who has not done well on stopping them at all.
Right.
And then you got to go out there and try to stop them, and what happens? The Commanders ended up scoring.
Yeah.
So it was just the Detroit Lions, to me, beat themselves trying to be too cute again. And you got to give props to the Commanders. Daniels is playing out of his mind. The funny thing is, where did all these Commander fans come from? I'm starting to see more Commander fans ever on my timeline on Twitter than I've ever had. Like, where did they come from? They've been hiding all these years.
They've
and
been
all of a
hiding.
sudden they're doing good. They got to come out from underground. I find it very, very funny.
Yeah.
But again, props to the Commanders. They got a nice little thing going there. But again, the one thing they haven't played yet is a great defense. And they're playing one on Sunday. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Bucs fan, and even I can admit our defense is ass. Lions defense is not any better. This Eagles team,
All the injuries, man.
yeah, the Lions, I mean, obviously they lost their corners, they lost Hutchinson. I mean, they were even losing guys in the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were down, but the Eagles, they don't have very many weaknesses on defense. And the last time they played, granted the Commanders won, but there was a key player not playing in that game when they won. And not even that. That key player wasn't even in the game, and the Eagles still almost won. So let's not all get all crazy over here and be like, well, the last time we played them, we won. Yeah, it took you a lot to win that game when Jalen went out in the first quarter. So let's pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, Detroit, man, whatever could go wrong for him went wrong. And Jay Cross mentioned what I was about to say. Shout out to Rage, by the way. What's up, Rage?
Yeah.
He does know that he's the reason why Rage is gloating over here, because Robert Saleh was going to be like in line for the Jags head coaching. But needless to say, guess who landed in Jacksonville for an interview with the head coach? Robert Saleh. And that happened today. So just because all this Liam Cohen talk is going on, doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to get the job. So just hold your horses there, Mr. Rage. How do you know Liam doesn't get the head coaching job and Saleh gets the defensive coordinator job?
Shout out to Rage, nonetheless. And shout out to Kelvin from Arlington, man. And make sure you follow him and his podcast. That's another streamer. He does sports, does podcasts and everything like that. So make sure you follow Kelvin from Arlington on Twitch, and then go to his, I'm sorry, not Twitch, X, and then go to his X and click on the other links and follow him as well. But yeah, Jay Cross brought up something I was going to say. You're in a close game. You know your defense is injured, and they're getting injured throughout the game. You have Jahmyr Gibbs running all over the place. Why you stop giving him the ball? Like, that made no sense to me for Jahmyr Gibbs to stop getting the ball when the Commanders couldn't do nothing with him. They couldn't do nothing with him. Again, Jared Goff threw the ball 40 times. Jahmyr Gibbs' average was 7.5 yards. And they stopped giving him the ball. Like, that don't make any sense at all. And then he has 70 yards receiving as well. Like, what are you doing? Like, give the man the ball. And then let's see what Montgomery had the ball. He had 7 carries. Jameson Williams on the touchdown you talked about, that I thought was going to come back because he decided to hump the ground on his celebration. I was like, please get up, sir, because they're about to bring this back. But yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, 7.5 average, 11.7 yard average in the air, and they stopped giving him the ball. So I'm trying to read Rage comment.
It just said, just in, Robert Saleh has landed in Jacksonville for what was supposed to be in an interview tomorrow with the Jacksonville Jaguars. There you go.
Now what, Rage?
So unless they say Liam's the head coach today, then they're gonna get it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. No, I don't mean.
Yeah, well, there it is. We'll keep looking around for updates as we go. But shout out to the Commanders, man.
Yeah.
Again, we called them frauds all year. I trolled their new fans or returning fans, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
Yeah, I trolled them all year. And here they are in one season under new ownership and new coach in the freaking NFC Championship game, and the Cowboys can't get there to save their lives. So it shows you, Cowboys fans that still defend Jerry Jones, how important the front office is. One season with our old coach, by the way. And what, 8 of our players? And he's not even like our starting. These are the people that was backups here. Dorrance Armstrong, what's the guy name? Tyler Biadasz, he started here, but Tyler wasn't. Fans were trying to get rid of him. Dante Fowler, he was coming off the bench, you know what I'm saying, behind Micah and them, and Noah Igbenogany. Like, what? With Dan Quinn in 1 year, bro. Anyway, because I'm going to get mad and start ranting. I'm going to leave it alone. Moving on. I might as well rant because now we talking about the doggone Eagles. The Eagles defeated the Rams in the snow 28-22. Matthew Stafford threw the ball 44 times, completed 26 of them. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 324 yards. Good game in the snow by Matt Stafford. Kyron Williams, 19 carries, 106 yards. Jalen Hurts, 15-20, 128 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Saquon, who should be higher in the MVP race, 28 carries, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts did give you a touchdown on the ground, 70 yards, but the fact that people just throw Saquon away in the MVP race is just ridiculous to me. It's just ridiculous to me because last time we talked about Saquon being in it, and you was like, well, it's between Josh and Lamar. And I was like, what about Saquon? Like, nah. I'm like, but Saquon carries this team. Literally carried this team.
He does. He does. And
Like,
I mean, again, it's tough for the running back to be in the conversation for MVP. Honestly, he should be. He should definitely not be not talked about because it's only been talked about with Lamar and Josh, and Saquon's been kind of like not even really mentioned anymore. I mean, Saquon, what he's done for the Eagles has been unbelievable, and like you said, he's definitely won them a lot of football games this year. Yeah. Without him, who knows how this team's win percentage is without him on the field, because he helps them out tremendously. He gets them out of the binds when they're not playing well on offense. He makes those huge plays for touchdowns like we saw against the Rams on Sunday or Saturday, excuse me.
Yeah.
So he is a remarkable running back. So props to the Philadelphia Eagles for even getting him to go there, and then how they have been utilizing him all year as well. Because without him, I'm not sure if they're even in the championship game right now. Yeah. But needless to say, Philadelphia, as weird as they look sometimes on offense because they can't get things going through the passing game sometimes.
Yeah.
That defense is insane. And their defense again comes up clutch while the Rams are driving down to try to tie the game and wins them the game. They get a key sacks and key spots when they need them. They make huge plays for the Eagles to win them games. And it happened in that last minute drive with the Rams when they had the ball and they make those key plays. Now, let's not discredit the Rams. I don't like them. But props to them to making it a game and almost winning that game, or almost tying that game. In the snow and the weather and dealing with that defense, you got to give them props. But the Eagles, man, I don't know. The Eagles, to me,
they just dangerous, bro.
They are a dangerous team, man.
Because of Saquon.
Mainly because of Saquon. But then again, I've been hearing a lot of things with Jalen, like he's been battling some injuries and stuff like that. So maybe that is affecting him a little bit, throwing the ball. Who knows? I'm not sure.
He's been battling all year then because this is right on his.
But
he hasn't been balling like the old Jalen Hurts when they first went to the Super Bowl. So.
But again, he doesn't have to.
Exactly.
He doesn't have to. He can have those 150-yard passing games, no touchdowns,
128,
or whatever have you, but and still do well and still win games. He doesn't have to win them ball games anymore like he had to, in the past. He just has to play
not
safe
turn
football.
The ball over.
Yeah,
the ultimate game manager.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, Saquon needs to be in that MVP talk a little more. Devontae Smith, 21 yards. Saquon had more yards than Devontae Smith and AJ Brown receiving. Yeah. So he was the whole offense. Puka Nacua, 97 yards. DeMarcus Robinson, 74 yards. Cooper Kupp, 61 yards. Good game, man. Once I saw the snow, I was like, man, the Rams about to get blown out. That was my thought when I saw the snow. I was like, all right, it's over. So, but they kept fighting. Made it a game. I thought they was gonna pull it out, and then Saquon just took off. So,
yeah, Saquon was unreal.
Dunn was good. Rage, we said what's up. I'm trying to catch up with the comments.
Oh, the West starters have been named.
Who you got? Who they got?
Let's see here. Hold on. So it is Shea, LeBron,
Of course.
Jokic,
Of course.
Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry.
Okay, that sounds about right. Especially with Luka being out. So yeah. I have no problems with none of those.
It's East-West, right? They're not. It's not like how where they pick whoever.
Yeah, I think
right?
they're going
East
back
and
to
West.
East and
Okay,
West, yeah.
all right,
Yeah, so
all right, cool.
okay, well there it is. Congrats to those guys. And again, congrats to the Eagles, man. Unfortunately, I hate saying that, but they are doing their thing, man. So defense is solid, but the running game, it changes so much. Like I don't think people realize how much a good running game changes how the flow of the game and how everything goes. So shout out to Saquon, man. I'm a big Saquon fan, so shout out to him. Yeah. Unfortunately, you play for the Eagles, and I don't want to see you win a Super Bowl now, but it is what it is. It is what it is on that. Bills in another. I hate it. This another one. I saw snow. I was like, oh Lord, it's over. Once it starts snowing in Buffalo, that's it. But it was a great game. Buffalo Bills take out the Ravens 27-25. Lamar Jackson, 18-25, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He did have a fumble as well. Josh Allen, 16-22, 127 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. He ain't did a damn thing. He got carried as well, just like Jalen Hurts got carried. Josh Allen did give you 2 touchdowns on the ground, though, from the goal line. Good job, Derrick Henry, 16 carries, 84 yards, 1 touchdown. Justice Hill, 50 yards. Jay Cross is not happening. I saw you coming out the corner by. James Cook, 67 yards, 17 carries. Ty Johnson, 31 yards. Isaiah Likely, 73 yards, 1 touchdown on 4 catches. Rashad Bateman, 4 catches, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Shakir, 67 yards on 6 catches. James Cook, 3 catches for 15 yards. Mark Andrews. How does Mark Andrews, of all people, be the one to drop that to send them to overtime? Out of everybody on that team, Mark Andrews is the last person I expect to drop that ball right in his stomach. But he dropped it. Lamar did his job. Now everybody was like, oh, see, Lamar. And I'm like, okay, mistakes happen. Right. But 88 yards up the field when you need it. Anytime they needed to score, he had it. He got them in position to score. And had a wide open pass to Mark Andrews because everybody was looking at him in the backfield trying to make sure he don't run. But they put it on Lamar because that's just what people do. It's always the quarterback's fault, except if it's Josh Allen, right? Does this change anything MVP wise?
No, because I had Josh already be in the MVP.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't change nothing for me. But to me, I feel like listen.
Did Josh Allen outplay Lamar?
Did Josh Allen outplay Lamar? No, he did not outplay Lamar. But he didn't have to outplay Lamar to win the game.
Don't forget, Lamar did not have his number 1 wide receiver either. Zay Flowers did not play.
This is how I feel about this game. I hate that one person's getting blamed.
False.
For other people. Lamar shouldn't be blamed. If you want to put some blame on Mark Andrews, fine. For dropping that pass, yeah, absolutely. but he wasn't the reason why y'all lost that game.
He's not the only reason. That's
The reason why they lost the game was Buffalo caused turnovers. It was a team loss.
Yeah, the snow caused turnovers. Good job.
I mean, the fumble, the Mark Andrews fumble, the pick. Just Buffalo played a great defensive game. I hate that we can't give a credit to the Bills and we have to automatically blame someone.
That's how it is.
On a loss. And exactly what Jeff just said, there was a lot of time. Even if they did score that touchdown, you cannot tell me with a straight face that the Bills wouldn't have been able to drive down the field and get a field goal or maybe something else at it.
Because the Bills wasn't. Come on now. The Bills wasn't really, from what I saw, the Bills wasn't moving the ball in the second half like they was moving it in the first half.
I don't know. I feel like they could have done something. But regardless of that, to say and blame certain people on losses is dumb. I think everybody on that Baltimore Ravens team deserves blame, not specifically one or the other.
Coaches too.
Yeah, if you want to blame Mark Andrews as number one and then you list the rest of them down, that's fine. But the Buffalo Bills made key plays when it needed to happen. They caused the fumble on Lamar. They caused the fumble on Mark Andrews. They picked Lamar off when they needed to. They just made the plays. And I just hate that they're not giving Buffalo credit, but yet blaming the loss on a tight end. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Yes, he dropped the ball. It was a tough drop. He had an easy 2-point conversion right in his face. He dropped it. It happens, man. Not everybody's perfect and can catch everything. But I think Buffalo just played a great ball game. What else cost Baltimore was going for 2 earlier in the game, and they didn't get it.
Yeah.
So, there was mistakes on all sides of the field, not just particular one person.
Exactly, Pat. That's what I was saying, bro. Like, shout out to Pat for coming in. Appreciate you. If y'all on YouTube and TikTok, please hit the like button for us. It helps go a long way. But yes, it's the way they was playing in the second half. You can't just sit there and say Josh Allen and the Bills were about to go up the field and score and get in position. If they were still doing what they was doing in the first half, sure. But second half, it was a different game. So that was a huge drop, man. And man, I hate it for him. Shout out to the Bills, but I really hate it for Lamar because I mean he's now, as he should, because if you go do Dak like this, do Lamar like this, right? You're getting that treatment of, oh, you can't win a big one. You can't win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because what, he's 3-6 now, I believe. Dak is 2-6. He's 3-6. So 2-time MVP. You had your running game. My issue with the Ravens, they won't give this man a legit number one receiver. And hopefully, after seeing Mark Andrews this year, seeing that even though he had some good games, he's not the same Mark Andrews as he used to be. Maybe they will finally say, you know what? Let's give you a legit number one receiver. Zay Flowers has number one receiver capabilities, but he's what, 5'8", 5'9"? So like
they need to do what they did with the running game. They went out and got Derrick Henry. That helped them out dramatically. Yeah. Now they need to go out and find themselves a big time wide receiver. If it's by trade or free agency, I don't know, but they need to go out there and they need to get him some more help on the offensive side. I'm hearing all this stuff about DK Metcalf being up for trade.
Yeah.
Go after DK, man. Give up. And,
what if they get Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill's another one I've been hearing about that may be on the trade deadline. Go after someone that can really legitimately change your offense. And you cannot tell me a Tyreek, a DK would not do that for you.
Yeah.
Go out there and do what you can and try to get them on your team. Because sooner or later, I mean, the window's gonna close.
Right.
So you're gonna have to do something.
Right. So he say Diggs. I don't think people want Diggs like that right now, bro.
I mean, Higgins is another one. Higgins would be nice.
Higgins would be nice. But Higgins is gonna be a Cowboy, so
There goes his career.
Right, that ain't happening because he's gonna cost too much, and we know who we dealing with. So it's just in my mind, Higgins will be a Cowboy, but I've already done a video on how you can get the money for the Cowboys to sign people like Metcalf for Higgins and draft well. I've already posted that video on YouTube. No need to rant here, but shout out to the Bills, man. The Bills getting it done. Again, you can't beat Buffalo in Buffalo with the snow. So Buffalo's just they a different beast with the snow. Who's the Cowboys coach going to be? I don't care. It's probably Schottenheimer, but who cares? I don't care. Shout out to the Bills. So now let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
We got the Bills taking on the champions. Pat Mahomes rematch versus Josh Allen. Let's see what the spread is on this. You already know who I'm taking in this game, but who do you have in this game?
Buffalo.
Why?
I think Buffalo is destined to make the Super Bowl, and I think they have what it takes to beat the Chiefs. Again, granted, they gotta be very, very careful and not have many mistakes on offense. They can't turn the ball over. They got to get the running game going with Cook and Allen if you want to throw in him as well. But I do think they have what it takes to stop them. I really do. I feel like the Chiefs' time is coming up.
Okay.
And I really think that the Buffalo Bills pull off the win. I think it'll be a close game, but I do think Buffalo win. I'll say it's a field goal. Buffalo wins by a field goal.
It's not happening. One thing people sleep on when it comes to the Chiefs this year, their offense hasn't been the same, but they still loaded with weapons on offense when they need it. Second, the last 2 years or 3 years, that defense has been balling.
They have been.
And that's what's been the change from the last Super Bowl compared to the other ones. Defense is balling in Kansas City. I don't know, man. Let's see what it is. The weather's gonna be 33 degrees as of right now.
That's not horrible.
Kansas City is favored by 2. I don't see anything for snow or anything, so it should be a clear game.
I can guarantee you, I'm not smoking bath salts picking the Buffalo Bills.
And then here we go. The change has been the refs. Nope, the NFL wants to. I don't know if Caitlin Clark shows up and sits next to Taylor Swift in the booth again, they might rig it for real. But NFL.
I give it to you what the defense, the Chiefs defense has been playing lights out. But I feel like Buffalo, if they could just get things going, and maybe have those long drives that's takes a lot of the clock, and that's what the Commanders have done. A lot. If you look at the ways they have won games, they're on the field for like 8 minutes. They're really killing the clock. They're taking their time. They're having 10, 12 play drives and scoring. That's what Buffalo needs to do. Buffalo needs to have those long drives that keeps Kansas City's offense off the field.
Yeah. Man, but the thing is, it's not going to happen because I think the Chiefs defense is going to stop that run, and that's the biggest problem for the Bills. If James Cook don't go off, the passing game ain't going to be open for Josh Allen. Especially, Amari Cooper is a number one, but he's not playing like a number one right now.
Right.
So I think all they got to do is stop the run, contain James Cook, and it's an easy win for the Chiefs. I ain't going to say easy, but it's a win for the Chiefs. So
we'll see.
And I think they will stop the run. I think they will contain James Cook. So 14-1 since September 30th. Yeah. Pat, you talking about the Eagles?
Yeah, no one's discrediting the Eagles.
Yeah, I think he said something else about the Eagles. He said Eagles are easily the best team. Yeah, whatever. Baltimore had the number one rush defense they couldn't contain. Do I need to tell you the numbers, the rushing numbers for the Bills? Hold on, let's go back to it. Let's go back to this, because to my knowledge, I don't remember them going off in the running game. I might have been wrong. I might be getting this game mixed up with another one. James Cook had a 3.9 average. He only had 67 yards on 17 carries. Josh Allen ran the ball 10 times and only had 20 yards. So they did a very good job containing Josh Allen on the ground and James Cook. So I don't know what you're talking about there, STG. So I wasn't tripping. So just because they won a game don't mean they run game was killing. That's not what it was. So, but moving on, I got the Chiefs. I think they defense step up, and then they at home. It's just something about them at home in the playoffs. Yeah, so it's just like I said, I've been saying all year, until somebody show me otherwise and somebody actually beat them, I have to stick with the Chiefs until I actually see them lose. So Eagles and Commanders. Chiefs are favored by 2, by the way. Eagles and Commanders in Philly. Philly is favored by, I believe, 6. I don't know what happened to my screen, but Philly is favored by 6. Who you got?
I got Philly.
I'm gonna call upset.
Oh wow!
And this is just me hating Philly more than I hate the Commanders. That's all it is. But I'm calling upset. I think, and I feel like some BS is going to happen too. I'm not going to say that it's, right here on ESPN, they say 6. J Cross. But I'm going to call upset for now, because I feel like the way Jaden Daniels is breaking out, I feel like the NFL would love to see Jaden Daniels versus Pat Mahomes.
Oh, of course.
More than they would like to see Hurts versus Mahomes again. That's just me. And again, they're hot right now on a hot streak. They have nothing to lose because they weren't even supposed to be here. If you let people tell it, the experts, including us, they not supposed to be here. So the fact that they're playing with house money and Dan Quinn, he at least knows how to get to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts is not all the way 100% with his knee. That was nasty. I'm glad that it wasn't more serious than what it was. But Jalen Hurts is probably not going to be able to run the ball and do, his option plays that he normally do with that knee. So that's another factor. So I'm going to have to go with the Commanders. And like I said, a lot of it is just me hating the Eagles more than the Commanders. But I think the Commanders pull out another upset.
The defense to me is a huge factor in this game. And I think that's the reason why the Commanders win. Now, look, the Eagles win. Now, what you're saying with the house money, the Commanders definitely play with house money. They go for it on every 4th down.
Yep.
They know that they're not supposed to be here. They know that they're a couple of years early than they're supposed to be. So they don't give a shit. They go for it on every 4th. They don't care. They're very aggressive. And they hold on to the ball for very long drives. So if they do that, that is definitely the key to victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. You keep that defense on the field for a very long time, get them tired, get the Eagles going out 3 and out, and then the defense has to get back on the field. Yeah, they could definitely win this game. But I really feel like that the defense for the Eagles are going to make key stops. I do think that Daniels throws a turnover or 2. I just feel like that defense is going to come up clutch for them like they did against the Rams and pull off the win for them. Now, Jalen Hurts could cost them the game as he's hurt and he's not able to do as much as he usually do.
That's what I'm banking
on. But again, I just have this funky feeling that Jaden Daniels is going to have his worst game and the worst time.
See, that's funny because I'm thinking Jalen Hurts is going to have his worst playoff game. So, I think his worst game was the first game against Tampa.
Yes.
Against Brady. I think it's going to be something like that. I think it's gonna be worse than that. With that MCL injury, I don't know. It's only so much Saquon can do. Saquon can carry them to a victory again.
Absolutely.
But that
100.
that D line, those D
And
tackles,
what killed the Commanders specifically against the Lions?
was it
Jameer
Gibbs? Yeah, Jameer
Gibbs
Gibbs.
killed them.
Yeah.
And they weren't able to keep going to the run game because they were down. They had to be aggressive and start throwing it more.
Yeah.
You think they're going to be able to stop Barkley?
Nah.
I just don't see it. I just do not see them being able to stop Barkley.
Is Barkley a bust for the Eagles this week?
Yeah, that's the question. Is like, are they going to be able to stop Barkley?
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, I got the Chiefs. I got the Commanders. Tony has the Eagles. Tony has the Bills. So next time you see us, one of us is going to be laughing and the other one is not.
He was a bust for the Giants. I wonder why. I wonder why.
I wouldn't even call him a bust. He was injured. And they got like the worst O-line in the NFL at the time. And Daniel Jones was... Saquon got Daniel Jones to get paid, by the way.
That's true.
That one year that Daniel Jones got paid is because Saquon was healthy that year. So,
yeah.
And then you see what he's been since. So, hey, is Saquon a bust?
Absolutely not.
Jay Cross said they could be missing a center. Ooh. Against those D tackles in Washington? Against Allen in it? Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Give me the Eagles.
Okay, you take them. F them Eagles. I got the Commanders. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, for some reason I'm just getting the Commanders. So it's Commanders and Chiefs Super Bowl. It's gonna be the CCs, ladies and gentlemen. The CCs in the Super Bowl. Commanders and Chiefs. So
absolutely not.
We'll see. We'll see. But shout out to everybody that came in. STG, Jay Cross, Rage in the building, Don, Mega, Rob, Kelvin from Arlington. I know I'm gonna miss some people. I apologize.
And this is the last thing I'm gonna say before we end the show. All right. Liam Cohen. All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Go ahead. Yes.
About to leave the Bucks more than likely and go to the Jaguars. And again, coaches have the option to accept an offer and decline and go other places all they fucking want. That's not an issue. That's not an issue at all. But if you're going to ghost the team and not answer their phone calls and not call until 5:00 when the news has already broke that you have been meeting with the Jaguars all day about possibly becoming their next head coach, then that's being a pretty shitty person, if you're asking me. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, he kept it.
I kept
PG.
it. I kept it. I want to see what happens, but to not answer phone calls from anyone from the Bucks organization, and to also, no, he was not under contract. Well, yes, technically yes, but they were going to assign him to an extension to make him the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league, which he agreed upon. Okay. Did not have, no pen to paper, but he agreed to it. Reports are saying that the Jaguars owner, that asshole Shad Khan, called Liam and said that I will give you Ben Johnson money and I will let you pick the GM.
Them cons, boy, they know how to throw money at people, don't they?
Oh my God!
Do. And what did he say? He was like, you know what? Maybe I'll reconsider this. And the thing was, the Bucks did this contract with Liam to give him the extension so he would not talk to the Jags again. So he secretly, behind their backs, went and talked and had negotiations with the Jags. That's a snake. That's a pretty shitty thing to do.
So even if he don't get the job, you shouldn't want him back.
Yeah,
right?
like we should have won him back. I mean, fuck, he was great. He was good. Like I would want him back, but that's a pretty shitty thing to do, isn't it? Like, am I being, dishonest here? Like, it's just a pretty shitty thing to do. And I don't mind, him saying, let's go back and think about this again. He's gonna get Vin Johnson money. He's gonna get to be able to pick his GM. That's very, very that's definitely something I would do.
Yeah.
But don't like ignore phone calls when they're trying to get in touch with you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Jay Cross is about to get blocked. Talk about Jerry, go hire Brian Schottenheimer, man. Get out of here, man. You know it's coming. There they talk about putting Jason Witten on staff. I was like, I don't understand it, bro. I just don't understand it. Rob must have said something because Nightbot just said something else. Rob and Nightbot is the longest storyline in the dope content community. Tony was crashing out over a celebration. Somebody that clipped you crashing out over something.
Yeah, it was the gun thing. So check this out. All right.
Oh, I know where you should go.
One of our wide receivers does this. Like he does this.
Yeah.
Like right that. They penalized him.
Does, yeah.
Yeah, they penalized him doing this. Like doing that. Saying it was a gun gesture.
I mean it is.
But I think this is a first down gesture, like first down. Like,
Listen,
first down.
I hate
that's
that
not
CD.
a gun gesture.
I hate that CD
Hold
started
on.
doing this.
I'm not done yet. Hold on. The following week, Nico Collins gets a big play. This motherfucker pops it. He clocked it back. Does like a fucking shotgun. Nothing. No penalty. Nothing.
That was on a touchdown, right?
No. It was a first down. Maybe it was a touchdown. I don't know. Maybe it was not. Maybe it was a first down.
I remember him doing it.
Nico does it. Nothing. No penalty. Nothing. Good old McMillan, rookie, does it. 15-yard penalty.
What are y'all typing in this chat? Because Nightbot is on y'all head right now. Hold on, man.
Ridiculous. And yeah, I was pissed off because it was a key game. It was a game where the Bucs needed to win. It was against New Orleans.
I mean, y'all should beat New Orleans anyway without that. Like that.
Don't give me that shit. It's a divisional game, man. You know how those damn pesky ass, dirty ass Saints are.
You can't beat New Orleans. You don't need to be in the playoffs. Just like the Cowboys, they had their Super Bowl week 2 on us.
They were trying, New Orleans trying to hurt motherfuckers out there and shit.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah,
Rob.
You can't say that, Rob. They got all that blocked on here, bro. It's turning into...
Fuck that. You can't do a fucking first down. That's not a gun gesture. A gun gesture is like doing this shit, like popping out.
Or what CD... When he gets up, that's a shotgun basically, or AR. That's what he's doing.
Does that come to mind when they see that, or do you mean like he's doing the first down?
They're black, Tony. Yes, it comes to mind. What the heck do that?
It never comes to mind. Like I don't think. Oh, they're fucking shooting a pistol. Like that's not what comes to mind.
It's not a pistol. It's an AR/shotgun.
I never think that. Like that doesn't come to my mind he's shooting a gun. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Bro.
That's being a pussy.
But what messed it up though, because again, CD was one of the first I saw do it this shit. I'm like, bro, please go back to your old celebration, because like that looks like you're about to do something. You holding it up like this. Only thing you're just not putting your finger like you. But
I'm sorry, I don't see it. Maybe I'm naive. I mean, I just don't see it.
But like once you see it in college football, where they get a big catch and they stand over the guy and then they actually point down at him.
Now that's different. Yeah, that's different. Yeah,
that's why they started. But that's why they started. Doing that at the mid-season. They started saying, "Hey, you can't do that no more." Because the kids in college start effing it up and start
That's
actually pointing at people.
ridiculous. What's up with the pacification of fucking America where you can't do a fucking first down gesture? This to me is not a gun. Like, that is not a gun gesture to me.
Man, Texas Tech is guns up. This
Exactly.
is guns.
Or
Right
they
here.
can't do that no more. Like,
I
you
don't
can't
know.
do guns up. Like, what is going on with America these days? Like, I
Boy.
just don't see like that being a gun gesture. And it
Right.
cost them 15 fucking yards. Luckily, the Bucks still scored, but that is ridiculous.
Hey man, it's so much wrong with America. No need to go there. That's 3 streams in itself.
Yeah.
But Maxie got a tech. Yeah, I remember that. Jay Cross, Maxie did get a tech for doing that, which I don't know why you would do it in an NBA game. Ain't no first downs in the NBA. So, of course in the NBA and they do it, they going to look at it as like, okay, you talking about shooting at somebody. Matter of fact, Monday, Anthony Edwards did it against the Grizzlies. Hit a 3, dude running past him, and he just like at nothing. And I was like, yo, he's right in front of the camera and in front of the ref, and the ref just let it go. Like he just like directly pointed the gun, the fake gun, the pew pew at him. I can't say gun because I'm on TikTok. The pew pew at him.
I mean, that's different. Like, if you're going up to someone after you shoot a 3-pointer and you're like, bam, like that's different. But
Rob, where you? I don't see no video. Where you put the video at? Ah, okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Cause I'm gonna actually put it on stream. Hold on. Let me pull this video up real quick. Matter of fact, put it back in there again, Rob, so I can. By the time I get Twitch up over here. Cause we gotta watch. Rob is demanding that we watch Twitch up over here. Rob is demanding.
oh, it says there you go, Rage. Niners are expected to hire Robert Saleh as their defensive coordinator.
That's the one place we don't want him to go as a defensive coordinator. Oh my! That Cowboys are so stupid, dog. Because as a defensive coordinator, he's whatever. Let's pull this up so we can see what Rob is talking about, and we're gonna share the screen so Tony can see it as well. I already saw 2 seconds of it, and I'm already laughing. Yeah, it was a crash out for real. Let's pull this. That's the one place I did not want him to go, bruh.
Dude, Jaguars are talking shit because they got Liam Cohen. This is a look at this. It says, "Get your money up." Sorry, we don't have a fucking billionaire owner that just throws money fucking everywhere.
Everybody, yeah.
Good luck, Liam, with Trevor fucking Lawrence. That bitch.
All right, let me, because we're doing this on the fly here, so let me get Tony in the.
I'm a little angry there,
TikTok.
SDG. People are mentioning that Bucks should go after fucking Chip Kelly.
Why? Why would anybody want Chip Kelly for anything?
Apparently, we're gonna promote one of our in-house guys.
Bro, Stream Elements move so freaking slow. Like this really gets on my nerves, bro.
Oh man, says for what it's worth, Jacksonville and the Bucks don't play until 2027. Damn it!
Tony thought he had one.
Yeah.
Tony thought he had one, y'all. He thought he was gonna get revenge. All right, make sure y'all can see it on the screen. I'm just doing the TikTok version too, so they can see it too. Cause I don't want them.
Yeah. I'm excited to go on the Saturday night main event. Should be fun.
Is Hogan gonna be there?
Don't know, but I did hear Jesse Ventura is gonna be there. He did say that on Twitter that he'll be there.
Well, that's great for Jesse. Let me make sure you got it up on your screen too, Tony, so you can react.
I see it. I can see it.
Okay, man.
This is when I crashed out over the gun gesture, and they scored, and I went crazy.
I'm gonna share it anyway, just so you can see it.
Oh God!
Turn the volume up a little bit.
Embarrassing.
What we got?
Embarrassing. I yell and scream and cuss. I say some vulgar language.
No! Don't do this now. Don't do this, because that's a gun gesture. You can't do this. You can't do this.
You can't do that. You can't.
That's a gun gesture. Fuck you, referees.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
you.
Sorry.
Okay. All right.
I get it. It gets intense watching those games, man.
We good problem there. That was good. So don't do the gun gestures, especially if you play for the Buccaneers, because Tony is not having it.
Yeah, for real. No.
But okay.
Unbelievable.
Man, that's crazy. But shout out to everybody that came through. If you're on TikTok, hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Facebook, hit the like button. Hell, X, hit the like button. I just go live on X by default, just to try to get everybody. Look, Rage said he had to duck again. Yeah, Tony shooting the pew pews at you all night tonight, man. You better watch your neck, watch your head, man. But next week we'll have to push back next week, because I'll be covering the Shrine Bowl, the NCAA Shrine Bowl down here in Dallas. Okay. So we got a couple of big names in the college football world coming down here.
Next time we'll be back. It'll be the week before Super Bowl.
Right? Yeah.
So weekend. If you want to do that, we could talk about the NBA All-Star starters and
So
the roster should be out by then.
Next time you see us, it's gonna be Rob. We said that at the beginning of the stream, bro. But, we announced both teams at the beginning of the stream. But next time you see us, we'll be talking to some more NBA. We're gonna talk the NFL, Super Bowl, and then we have a special show on that show. Because we're going to draft. We're going to pretend that we are the GMs, since both our teams are out anyway. We're going to pretend that we are GMs, and we're going to do a draft simulator. So he's going to draft for the Bucks, real players and all that. I'm going to draft for the Cowboys, or I might just do it for the Ravens, actually. But I'm going to do it for the Cowboys. And we going to see who come out with the better draft. So stay tuned for the next show, which will be in 2 weeks, not next week. Shout out to TNA for letting me come out to Genesis and get content and footage and all that, and interview the Hardy Boys, even though that was hell. So here, quick story. I was also supposed to interview Tessa and Nick Nimick as well. So it's weird how all this happened. So when I emailed TNA a while back, first of all, they never responded before. They finally responded saying, yeah, we'll have you set up a wheel call so you can get in and all that, and you can bring your cameras. I said, cool. They sent another text. Hey, the Hardys are going to be in town between Dallas and San Antonio on these dates and times. Let me know what time and date you can do, and we're locking in. So I said, okay, I can do this date, this time, this date, this time, this date, this time. I gave him like 3 different days and times. So I asked him, I said, is it in person or is it virtual? And he's like, we rather do it in person. Do you have a studio? I don't have a studio, but I have, studios I could go to. So I said, yeah, sure. Just let me know what date and time y'all want to do so I can, make sure the studio is available. Cool. He picked a date and time. I start calling around, get studios. I said, all right, I got the studio booked for this date and time. Oh, can you switch it to this date and time? Okay, all right, let me call the studio again. Call the studio, get it set up for that date and time. Now, lucky for me, because what I was going to do is actually go to one of those super fancy studios and actually pay them. Just, for better quality or whatever. But something just told me, don't do it. Don't pay nobody yet. Don't set nothing yet, because I would have been pissed if I did. So, send him this stuff. He was like, bet. Send me the address and all that, and what time, everything will be set up. Cool. I do that. Next morning, hey man, I got you down. So the time we set was Monday. We set 2 different times Monday. Then the next morning he emailed me, I got you down for Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. I was like, what? That's not what we agreed on. So I said, look, I can't do 8 a.m. Tuesday because that's when we went back to work, so I couldn't do it. I say, look, I can be out there around 9:30. I can do from any time between 9:30 and 10, kind of like the podcast time we used to do on Tuesday.
Right.
So he was like, okay, cool. Let's set it for 10:30. I said, you sure? He's like, yes. I said, you want to do the same studio in Dallas? He was like, yes. Cool. Call the studio again. Set the time. They were still free. And then maybe like 3-4 hours later, he was like, hey, can you do it 9? I said, man, I've already explained to you the earliest I can do is around 9:30 because it takes me time to get there. And I say, look, then he was like, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's do 9:30. All right, cool. I said, well, we locked in for 9:30 Tuesday. He said, yes. I said, same, you still want to come to the studio, right? Yes, bet. I lock it in with the studio, everything. So the next morning, something just told me, just double check with him because he don't seem like he got his shit together. So I emailed him, just making sure we still good for Tuesday 9:30. Oh, I got you down for 8:30.
Oh Lord.
I said, listen, man. I said, I explained to you I can't do this. So I gave him some more available times for Tuesday. So he said, you know what? Let's do Tuesday evening. What time? He gave me a time. I said, all right, cool. Tuesday. Then he emailed me again. And he was like, well, you still using that studio you said? I said, yeah, that's the studio that was booked. Well, can you, that's kind of far, man, from where we are. We out here. I said, man, where are you guys located? I'll just drive to you because I got the setup where I could just bring my own stuff. So where you guys located, I'll come to you. He was like, man, we right across the street from the Caldwell Center. So I said, okay, it's going to take me a little while, but I'll be out there at the time you need me to be out there. Cool. Finally get it set up. And then he was like, let me just get your number so I can call and text you. Gave him my number and we was good. Cool. I leave work. I go out, pack all my stuff. I go out there. I was like, hey, I'm here. I got there like 50 minutes earlier. I was supposed to be there at 6:30. I got there like 5:45 or something like that. So I just let him know. I say, I'm out here early. I'm going to just get some footage of the center. And then, whenever you guys ready, I'll come into the hotel or whatever. Because he was like, yeah, we got the hotel booked where, you have a private area with them. Okay. I go in the hotel because I ain't hear nothing. And I say, hey, man, it's about to be 6 o'clock. You want me to go ahead and set up now? Texting me back. You like, yeah, come on in. All right. I go to the front desk. It's like, I'm here to see such and such. Where do we set up at? Dude at the front desk was like, what you mean? I say, man, I'm here to interview, and I was told that they had a private space in the hotel. He's like, nah, they got to book that. They didn't book that. I mean, you can go down here and interview them, but like, it's not gonna be private. If somebody walk by, they walk by. I was like, okay. Text the guy from TNA. I was like, did you have a room or something booked, or we just got to find it? He was like, find a spot. But find a spot. I'm starting to set up. I got lights, 2 cameras, the mixer and everything. I'm getting everything set up. Another podcaster walks in. Matter of fact, Kelvin from Arlington that was in here earlier. He walks in and like, I know he looked familiar, but I couldn't remember where I knew him from. So come to find out after we talked, it was like from WNBA and XFL and all that stuff. But he was like, hey man, you doing the Hardy's interview? And again, I like know him, but I don't know him. So he just looked important. So I'm thinking he's the TNA guy. so I'm like, yeah, man, I'm doing the Hardys. And then he bust out and say, oh yeah, well I got him at 6 o'clock. So I'm like, oh, so he brought you out here too, and we're just supposed to just randomly set up. So now like I'm setting up. It was a whole nother area down there. But I told him, I was like, just save you some time because they supposed Hardys actually walk down. So like they're ready. So I'm like, just save you some time. I got a light here. You use the light, yada, yada. But I'm going to still try to set my stuff up so I can be ready. So he does his interview. I'm kind of like quietly trying to set my stuff up, but I can't get it where I want it to be because we're sharing spots now. And then before that, the dude from TNA was like, y'all just want to do one interview together? And I'm like, no disrespect, but no. Like, I didn't come out here to do a joint interview for, with 2 platforms. And I'm like, I just really met the guy, like he's cool people and I support him. And I did watch your interview. I commented on it. I believe your interview was the one I sent the super chat to as well. I can't remember, but WWE fan, eat a dick. But I was like, no, I didn't prepare to do a joint interview with another, platform. That's not what I came out here for. I didn't drive an hour and 15 minutes to do a joint interview. So I was like, no disrespect, but no. Right?
Yeah.
So he does his interview. I'm trying to get the camera. That's why the camera came out looking like fuzzy and the light wasn't right because I couldn't put the cameras where I wanted to put it. And then editing, trying to get it edited, it was hell. So it didn't come out looking how I wanted to look, but it was still a very good interview. Man, Matt and Jeff are very cool people. The TNA rep made it hell. I was supposed to interview. It felt like a gnat flew in my throat. I was supposed to interview Tessa and Nick. He emailed me. I didn't ask to interview them, although I would have for Nick, but. Tessa, he emailed us like Tessa Nick's gonna be down here this week, right before the show. Set a time and date ASAP. I sent him a whole bunch of time. Cool, let's lock it in with Nick, and I believe it was that Thursday. Lock it in with him. Cool. Some just told me Thursday morning. Text this guy to make sure. I text him, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, we got another interview, but we trying to cancel it now. I'll keep you updated." Tell me why he ghosted me and the other podcasters.
Damn.
Like we kept texting like, "Hey man, or we still?" Because I told him, I said, "Bro, I got an hour drive to make, and I need to know if I'm coming out there or not." Thank you, Jay Cross. Right, Rage. So I'm telling him, I was like, "Bro, what does yes or no respond?" No response. And then Kelvin, and then a couple of more podcasters that was supposed to do interviews that day. It was like, man, did you do your interview? I was like, nah, you do yours? Nope. And then I turn around and see Nick on the interview. Maybe like the next morning, he was on a live interview with some random page with 8 subs.
Wow.
And the quality was horrible. And I'm like, look, I don't down talk because we all got to start somewhere. And I was happy to see that platform actually get a chance to interview somebody like Nick. But I'm like, bro, you ghosted me and ghosted other people for a platform, that it got 8 subs right now. And they didn't even spell his name right.
Oh, no.
It was N-I-C-H.
Oh, my God.
And then it was N-I-C-K in the description. And on the screen, under his picture. And it wasn't in person, it was virtual. So I'm like, why would you ghost me? My Hardy's interview just did 5K. And you ghosted me for that? And you ghosted this other podcaster for that? And another podcaster for that?
That's fucking horrible, man.
So, yeah, man, they need to do something else, man. Right, Rob. Nick Nemeth, yes, the former TNA world champion, WWE fan. Yeah, I guess you ain't on my YouTube. You need to get on the YouTube ASAP. But that's the experience. That was the hell that I kept saying, yo, this is ridiculous. That's why I made that post that you saw.
Unbelievable, man.
Like, because it pissed me off because I took all this stuff in here, packed it up again.
Fucking headache.
Just to go out here and you ghosted me. And then when I saw him Sunday, because I made sure he saw me, he didn't even remember who I was, bro.
Oh, wow.
Even Matt Hardy remembered who I was. Matt was like, hey, my man, shout out. Because after the show, they was doing autographs. So I just walked up to the side. I was like, hey, man, great show, great match. And so Matt remembered me, but the TNA rep didn't. And I looked at him. I said, you don't remember who I am? And he was kind of looking lost. And so I said, what happened Thursday? And he was like, oh. And then he just kept walking. Oh, hold on, I'll be back. I got to do this. Yeah, shut up. Right.
Jesus,
Then I went over there and talked to Mark Henry, this guy's still huge, man. He lost a lot of weight, but Mark Henry is huge, man. So
I can imagine.
Yeah, and he had this look in his eyes. He just has this intimidating look, man. Like I saw Mark and I knew what I was gonna say. Then I got to him and I was like, don't say nothing stupid here. So I was like, busting over 24/7. I just left it at that. I'm like, appreciate you, Mark. But thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for sticking through on story time. I know I said some more shit to him. I think I told him thank you for everything he's done in wrestling and all that. Like Mark is a cool dude, but he just when you actually look at it, he just had this look Like, you better not say nothing stupid, even though I'm cool. Like, he was smiling and everything. I told him, I said, man, I don't want to bother you while you got people lining up for you. He was like, I'm not hard to bother. But it was just still something about Mark. I was like, if I say something stupid, he gonna snap. So hey man, appreciate everything you done. Let's number 24/7. That's it, bro. But that's not happening, Rob. She's done with those. But story time. Yeah, man, I had to throw that story in real quick. But next time y'all see us, man, NFL draft. Tony's drafted for the Bucks. I'm drafted for the Cowboys.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna talk about, the AFC NFC Championship recap, the trash All-Star game that we already kind of trashed once they talked about the new format. But appreciate y'all, man. TNA is live right now. Catch the last hour. If you don't have TNA Plus, you can get it free right now for a month. I believe the promo is nonstop. The promo code is nonstop. Okay,
that's cool. I didn't know that.
So download that, watch the last hour, and watch the replay actually for whatever you missed. And until next time, follow Get the Tables everywhere. GETDATABLES. See, I know how to spell, unlike the Eagles, unlike the Philadelphia Mayor around here.
Low blow there, bro.
Yeah, so until next time, y'all be safe, man. We
take care,
out.
man. Be safe out there, dope.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
Yeah.
Her stupid ass. Talk about EGLES Eagles. She's like, you missing some letters, ain't you? Dumbass team. Nah, yes she is. Jay Cross said she ain't my man. Appreciate it, WWE fan. I might post the Hardys interview on Twitch as well, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
For my Twitch people who don't follow me on YouTube. EGLESELS Eagles. No, I didn't.